nothing to it but to do it, you feel me?
This is life.
Let's get it.
We put blood, sweat, and tears into this. So
Look, I push that weight to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it, and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win. In spite of the odds, I go get it like.
What's up, guys? Spencer Grooms Fishing. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're fishing a OGS Wind Creek Bass Trail tournament. I fished 3 of them this year, and I think there's like 5 or 6 of them. No, there's 5, so I've fished 2. And I'm right on the line for the classic qualification. That's kind of what I've been going at really all year. I've missed a couple of events, so I'm just right there on the brink, the very slim edge of qualifying. So today we're gonna go out there and try to cut a check, first of all, because I need a little money and I've been spending too much and not making enough. And 2, main goal is to qualify for the classic. I don't really fish these all the time, so I fish one here or there, and so I've never fished a classic before. Last year I didn't even fish one of these, and then the year before I fished one and was like 2 places out. So we're right on the brink this year, and that's the goal, is to qualify for the classic. It's March. It's not very chilly. It's cool, but it's in like the 50s in the morning and upper 70s in the afternoon. So a lot of the fish are starting to pull up and spawn, if not pre-spawn. Catching a lot of fish shallow, a lot of fish deep, a lot of spotted bass, a lot of largemouth, just a healthy mixture between the two. It's going to take a decent amount of weight to win today, I think, especially with this warming trend we've had. And so I'm just hoping to really go out there and catch 12 to 13 pounds is my goal. And it's very possible. There's enough big ones up shallow to push you over the edge of that. So that's the goal. Like I said, I'm hoping for a check and a classic qualification. So yeah, y'all stay tuned and we'll see what happens. I'll catch y'all when I get to the ramp. One tiny guy. God, look how dirt he is. That's a good one. Oh my God, he pulled off. One. They saw me before I saw them, so it was cooked from that second on. Dude, eat it. I'm tired of your bullshit. That might be a good one. Yeah. That'll work. Like the average size I'm catching. Aren't bad ones. He's a little thin. I bet he's close to 2. All right, a little midday update. We've got like 9 pounds, which is not exactly where I want to be at all. Got one decent one and a bunch of just like 112s, a little over 1.75 pounds. I've lost 2 really good ones. Just hard to keep them pinned. They're biting it really weird. I could have 10 pounds right now, but we still got a lot of time left, so we're gonna try to make something shake. I'm just gonna try to get to like 9.5, 10 pounds fishing offshore, and then my goal is to have at least an hour and a half, 2 hours to go fish shallow. So really it's 11:15 right now. I'm doing it 3:15. So as long as I give myself enough time to that's a good one. Thanks. Yeah. Come on, baby. Get in here. Let's go. Thank you, Lord. It's starting to happen now. Getting dialed in now. That's gotta be a 2-pounder. Gotta be, right? He's so fat. Shit. What? Need to get out of the wind. Yeah, it's all right. Hard banks, I mean, they're cruising. A lot of these fish are trying to get ready to spawn. Surprised I ain't caught a largemouth yet. This one should eat. Small one. It's hard judging the size when they're shallow. Not good ones. Over there, they were good. And it broke off. up, guys? We just wrapped up the tournament a couple days ago. Sorry for the wind that's going to be in the video. I'm filming this on the day of tornado outbreaks. But we wrapped up in 35th place, just over 10 pounds, which is usually really good on Lake Martin. If you know anything about the place, it's like super hard to catch 10 pounds. Not really super hard, but I mean, it's a challenge. And usually when you catch over 10 pounds, you're cutting a check or being in the top 15 at least. But that wasn't the case. Fish are biting really good. So we had just over 10 pounds and got 35th. And we did qualify for the Classic, and we cut a check, which is good. But the check was for the average Joe pot. So they take all the average combined weights from everybody weighed in, and then whoever's closest to that average weight wins the check. And of course, my luck, somehow I didn't do worth a damn in the tournament, but I won one average Joe and had enough points to kick me over into the Classic cut, which was nice. But I caught pretty much every fish on the video besides in the morning. I caught some on a minnow, but really everything I caught them on was this dirty jigs, 3/8 ounce finesse jig. It's like a gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It really represents the crawfish we have in at Lake Martin. You know, I don't really see that many red, like super red crawfish, which is what you think they are in the springtime. And most places they are, but for some odd reason, just with the super clear water and the sand, those crawfish don't really get that red here. And they kind of stay this orangish brown color, and they have a little bit of blue in them. So that's what this represents perfectly. I got a Rage Menace bug on there. For the trailer, love this. This is probably my favorite jig trailer. It's not super complicated. It's got 2 appendages, a thick body, and it's super tough. Adds a little bit extra weight to sink faster. And what I was doing was just dragging points. I'd see a couple, the spotted bass were spawning, so I'd see a couple sitting up on the point, throw over to them, and they'd either eat it or follow it to the bottom. If you know, they were suspended or whatever, they'd be sitting, you know, 2-3 feet off the bottom. They'd follow it right to the bottom and smoke it, or they would just look at it. But I caught a lot of fish, and most of them came off this rod right here, the Duck Pro Series. This is the Jason Lambert. Yeah, this is 7.6 medium heavy, so it's not a heavy, but I like it for my finesse jigs and kind of like decently moderately heavy shaky heads. It's not super heavy, so I get a really good feel in the tip. So that's why, like, when I was dragging the points and whatever, and these fish weren't knocking the crap out of the bait, they were just kind of pecking at it, just playing around with it in their mouth. And I could feel every little tiny movement on the bait or those fish picking it up with this rod. It's a little bit longer, so like I said, I can cast it farther, have a little bit more control with a longer tip or a longer rod, and it's got just enough backbone to crack some 3 and 4 pounders. Actually, I was practicing for a college tournament this week, and caught one spot that was just like right dang near close to 5 pounds. The same rod, same setup, actually same bait right there, and you could probably see where it's been bit. But yeah, I got it on 20-pound line. This is a 150 Tranks. It's actually a 6.3 Tranks. I don't have a 7. I'm throwing it on a 6.3 that way because I really like I catch myself fishing really super fast, and I feel like using mostly 6.3 reels makes me slow down a little bit more, especially when I'm slow fishing. So like flipping the jig and stuff and dragging it. You know, a 6.3 and a 7.3. There's really not that much big of a difference. If when you hook them, as long as you get a good hook in them, he's coming to the boat. The only time I would say that you need a faster reel is number 1, cranking, you know, like slower speed cranking, faster cranking, you know, and flipping like big weights and braided line, you know. And I mean, even when it comes down to like swim baits and stuff, but I like I said, I mean, I punch and flip with a 10-to-1 and swim a jig on a 7. Sometimes an 8 frog on an 8. But like when I'm just dragging, like you doing my finesse stuff and flipping like small cover and whatnot, I'll stick with a 7 or a 6. So there's not that big of a difference. But like I said, I got it on 20-pound Red Label Seagar. Super clear water, but they don't care. I wanted that extra, you know, dragging it over those rocks and flipping it next to stumps and stuff. A lot of them would run it, like almost push the bait up onto the rock or the stump when they would eat it. So you want that thicker, a little bit thicker and more abrasant resistance line. That way, if it does get cut, you can still get them in the boat. I probably lost more than I caught just because they were not eating it well. Like, I mean, they would eat it, but they would just like pick it up and play with it almost. But it was super fun. Like I said, caught a ton of fish. I'm sorry I didn't get to film the last hour. I was like stressing. I was like, all right, I got to quit messing with the camera. I don't have I have my GoPro mount set up right here to film, but I don't have like a long enough cord, and I need to get a cord. That way I can plug it in and just run it constantly. So I have 3 batteries that I rotate through, and I get about 45 minutes to 50 minutes from each battery. So just having to constantly go back there and plug those in and change the batteries out is like a super big time factor when I'm fishing a tournament. I don't mind doing it when I'm fun fishing, but I just wasn't as worried about it. So unfortunately, I didn't get my 2 bigger fish catches on camera. But I think the video is good enough. You kind of get the point. But yeah, the biggest thing is I wanted to say I just signed a contract with Duckett, so I'm partnering with them this year, and I get my very own code to give you guys. It's SGF10, all capital letters, no spaces, literally SGF10. And you get 10% off on all Duckett rods. They have a new rod family coming out. What actually already came out, and it's actually the first rod that I ever had of Duckett, and it's the original Ghost. They revamped the Ghost, they upgraded everything on it, and so I haven't gotten mine yet. I'm actually about to go put in the order to get some so I can come film and show y'all what they all revamped and whatnot. But I'm excited to get my hands on some. You know, that was my first Duckett. I used the Micro Magic a little bit, had a black ice once or two, had a white ice actually. And but to be honest with you, my favorite of all of them are the Pro Series, just because they're designed by the pros and there's specific different little actions that they all come. But the Ghost, like I said, is great. It's a great rod. I think it's like $100. So it's just a great all-around rod. It comes in like several different actions and whatnot. And that's what I grew up fishing with, was the Ghost. So I'm excited to get my hands on it. If you want to go get your hands on one, use SGF10 and go order you one. But that basically wraps up this recap. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah.